Greetings, sharks. This is Ira from Indianapolis, Indiana, and I'm kind of happy to be here in front of you. I'm the inventor of the Easy Recreational Racks, currently a car salesman also, trying to change that, but I want to introduce you to a new product that doesn't exist on the market anywhere. It's a loading system that I designed a couple years back for my own use. It was something that I personally needed. Turns out there's a lot of people out there that need something similar. You're probably wondering what an Easy Rec Rack is. Let me show you.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is an Easy Rec Rack. It lives on top of your car and is the most versatile one-person rooftop loader on the market. Are you the kind of person that gets super excited about the upcoming vacation season only to realize you're gonna have to get all of this gear loaded by yourself? Do prospects of back pain and scratch car pain keep you awake at night? Do you want to call it quits before you even start? If you're ready to cancel summer this year, you might be suffering from fog.
Fear of loading gear.
Thankfully, with the lightweight and durable design of the Easy Rec Rack system, you're only a couple steps away from enjoying your outdoor adventures.
Sharks, our business is geared towards the outdoorsy person. The person that likes to take gear, cargo, bikes, kayaks, doesn't really matter what it is. If it goes up on top of an SUV, that's where we come into play. I started this business a couple years ago, and I just designed something that worked for me. I wanted to get my kayaks to Florida. We booked a place that didn't allow my trailer, so it was time to figure out a way to load and unload my kayaks on location by myself without me having to ask my family, friends, or anybody for help. After I designed the rack, it worked so well, I applied for a patent. I got a full utility patent about 11 months later, and it's brought us here today. One of the advantages we have in the market is we have a cantilever design. It doesn't require gas struts. It doesn't require anything that's mechanical other than the weight of the nose of the kayak to offset the weight the person feels. It's an advantage we have over everything else. The longer the kayak, the more advantage. So if you have a 16-foot kayak, you're gonna have 5 feet hanging out over the edge, which is all counterweight. It's just simple mechanics. The design is simple, the rack works simple, there's nothing really to break. We believe we have an advantage over the rest of the market because we're the only one that uses a similar design. It's just simple. It's a teeter-totter. When you lift up the back of the rack, the counterweight pulls down on the back, causes you to have almost no effort to load stuff. It's simple. It's easy. It's the Easy Rec Rack. All right, so the rack's currently on the market. We've had kind of our first run with our first generation. We made 98. I think we might have one left. We've been to Canoecopia twice and then a local show. The excitement is just, it's awesome. It gives us all kinds of energy because people are very excited about this product. It's hard to describe their enthusiasm when they see something as big as a large kayak being loaded by one person. It doesn't matter, female, male. When you have an 80-pound kayak, your weight you feel is roughly 35 pounds. So almost anybody can accomplish that goal. Because of the unique design and the counterweight, we've had people that have come approach us with shoulder issues. One guy in general I can remember at the show, he had almost no strength in his left arm.
The right arm is good.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I'll stay right here.
Oh, there's no way to haul on that.
Yeah.
Then I just say you can do it.
So even with a bad shoulder, you can get around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very easy.
He became a happy customer. And I grew up in a family of 11 kids, so I was number 10 of 11. My father, he was one of those kind of guys that he believed we do everything ourselves. And we had a marina, we had a restaurant, a bar and lounge, so I kind of learned to do anything that was needed around those businesses, which kind of taught me how to weld and taught me how to do electrical wiring. But it also, it made me not afraid to tinker. And I've always done that. Now, even when I was a little kid, I used to pull things apart. Not everything made it back together, but I believe it's how I became the person I am today. I have no engineering degree. I am just, let's call it a professional tinkerer. The rack is all a design out of my head. Most of the things I do, I never write down. I just see them and I build them. That's how this became real. It was just a thought. It was something I knew there was a better way. I searched the internet. Nothing was like it, or frankly, I would have bought it and we wouldn't be standing here today. The first rack I designed was made out of steel. I welded it myself. The mechanics worked exactly the same as the rack today, but there was some, when we converted from steel to aluminum, we had to make sure the rack was light enough, but also strong enough. So that's when I reached out to some people to help me engineer it. Some of our biggest challenges were helping them understand what the strength points were. Yeah, I know they're engineers and they're supposed to know more than me, but the first few racks weren't strong enough. I'm one of those people, I believe in overbuilding and not worrying about tomorrow. Well, sometimes they like to make things a little simpler, and we had some challenges because the first few racks just weren't strong enough to handle the loads that people were going to put on them. Even today we have a new version come out where we changed some of the parts to stainless steel to make them just stronger. The whole idea is I put out something that I can give to somebody and I don't have to worry about any problems, just people calling saying how happy they are. The first round of racks we built, there were 98 racks. We're down to 1. Without a whole lot of effort, as far as money, we took out a loan from the bank for $50,000, and then we might have another, I don't know, $30,000 to $40,000 of our own cash. So we're trying to keep this at a very low budget so we can survive and build this business. This is the reason we're coming to you, because we know the potential. I believe it's huge. I get contacted from people all over the world, Israel, Australia. All these people want to be dealers, and right now I can't satisfy them. So Sharks, I'm coming to you. We're looking for $300,000 for 20% of the business. I believe that is a realistic number, but I'm listening. If you think that the potential is the same as what I think the potential is, I think you'll be interested. The excitement is unmatched. Price point, I think people believe it's a little high, but they have to adjust a little bit because the rack's expensive to build because the quality is there. As far as what it may do, well, I've just tapped into just a tiny piece of what the market is. I'm looking at the kayak guys because of course that's what I do. And the enthusiasm is great. I've had a lot of people contact me, a lot of professional fishermen contact me. They all want it. I just haven't been able to get it to them yet. But the market's huge. There's a bike market. There's a market for campers. I sent my son out west. He put a cargo basket on his. He used his cargo basket. He was able to load it on the back of his car, slide it up. He thought he deserved a trip after college, so we put a rack on his car. It's so versatile. There's probably markets I haven't even tapped into or I don't even think about. Surfboarders, bikers, kayakers, skiers, snowboarders, they all can be potential customers.
I think the last time you'd done this, you'd done that, you'd done.
Well, there's a new one coming out, the HD version that's upgraded because people are wanting some really heavy stuff.
Oh yeah.
So if you're ready to enjoy the great outdoors with newfound confidence, get the right gear. Join the ranks of the EasyRec family today.